AEW Fight Forever DLC came out.
Okay.
First, let's
Ooh.
ask everybody. Bryan, did you purchase it?
I did not buy it.
I'm up next. I purchased the DLC. We'll talk about it. Kero, did you purchase the DLC?
No.
Loaded, did you purchase the DLC?
Yes, I did.
UTV, did you purchase the DLC?
Hell no. Better no. Debating on getting it, maybe, but as of now, no.
All right, so let's talk about why. Because everybody was excited for season 2 when they announced it. The community was riled up. I mean, I was excited to see what we got and what we could expect once they told us exactly what was in it. But they gave us the layout. Part 1, we got the Acclaimed. We got the Dynamite Arena. That's part 1 from what we know. Part 2 says beat the Elite. No wrestlers that we know of as of right now. Part 3.
Sorry.
Go ahead, kiddo.
Is that where we get Green Kenny Omega finally?
Yep.
Ooh, I
That's
think
right.
that's where Green Kenny Omega
Omega.
might make his debut. And then part 3, the storm is coming. But Bryan, what was your reason in not buying the DLC after, it riled up so much excitement at the beginning of the month?
All right, so for me personally, the issue with the DLC was it lacked content. I don't mind the $25 price tag. I'm not going to sit here and complain why they're not giving it to us for free. The issue that I had mostly was the lack of content. 3 wrestlers and you're giving us one mode that probably should have been patched in, that probably should have came with the game, being that it was so limited in the first place. But aside from that, yeah, that's why.
So for me personally, I bought the DLC because for one, I do want to support the game and I want to see them continue supporting the game, even though season 2 is kind of lackluster. I expect to get a lot more. Like if we think about the packs, the Acclaimed and Dynamite, you know what? That Dynamite Arena should have been free, but if they're going to do that, then whatever, it's fine. It's just something that goes in there with the wrestlers. See, part 2, beat the Elite mode. That's another mode that should have been free to try to bring more people into the game, just like the Stadium Stampede. I think that should have been free just like the Stadium Stampede because it is something smaller than Stadium Stampede is. So I think it would have made sense if they just gave that to you like goodwill, like here y'all go. Come back, play the game, and we'll give you some other stuff. I think part 2 should have been 2 more wrestlers and a match type. That would have been perfect. Give us Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, and a match type. Part 3 is Toni Storm as we know right now. I think there is absolutely no way part 3 is only Toni Storm. Absolutely no way. If that happens, they're tone deaf, and for whatever reason, they just don't get it. Kero, you said you didn't buy it. Why didn't you buy the DLC?
Because I think at this point they're making fun of people who buy the DLCs. Like they were probably planning more stuff like that, and like they said, okay, this game didn't sell well. We're not making money, so let's just cut off everything. Oh, we made some of Toni Storm. Let's finish her. Let's finish the Acclaimed. Oh man, but this second season. We're going to sell for $25 or whatever, $20, and it's only going to have 3 wrestlers. Okay, let's just add this arena, which originally we were going to do it for free. Maybe this game mode, we were going to do it for free, but let's add it to season 2 for money so at least people feel like they're getting something, which again, they're not getting anything because it put a couple more dollars, at least Canadian dollars from what I know, onto that $25, and you're able to get the entirety of WWE 2K23. Like it's just ridiculous at this point. Like it's just a joke, but it's a thematic thing with AEW because their show tickets are also, I think, very, very high. So I'm not surprised. They just charge you a hell of a lot more than they should be charging you in every aspect, not just the video game. And I think as a consumer, it's just very disrespectful. They don't respect us. They take us for fools, and I don't enjoy that. And I would have bought this thing if I wanted to make content on it. But the problem is, most people feel the way we do, and they don't even want to watch, or like they're not excited about AEW Fight Forever content anymore. At least, how could they be? With all the news we're hearing about it.
Loaded, what did you think? I know you said you bought it as well. What were your thoughts before you purchased it? What were your thoughts when we laid everything out? What do you think about season 2 as a whole?
I only bought it to support the game because honestly, I want the game to succeed.
Right.
I want to see a season 3. I don't want them to give up on the game. Is it worth $25 though? Hell no. Hell, for only 3 things: the Acclaim, the Dynamite Arena, what else? Toni Storm, and a game mode that should be free.
Yeah,
that's it.
They couldn't add Collision as well or Forbidden Door arenas. Like,
yeah, that would have been fire.
Put more arenas in this pack. So it's actually worth the money, and maybe a match type, a cage match, or some of the matches that are locked in Road to Elite, you couldn't just transfer them over to exhibition and online.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's the one thing, like you just mentioned the arenas. And Pack 1 with the Acclaimed, they put the Dynamite Arena in there, but the Dynamite Arena is pretty much just the Dynamite Arena. I was thinking like maybe when you go up the stage, you could break at least the little side Titantrons as well. That'd be something for them cool to add. And I'd be like, okay, Mel, maybe it's cool that they're charging for this, whatever. But it's just the same type of arena. You go in, you can break the front Titantron, that's it. Everything else works the same way. So nice aesthetic. It does kind of update the game to bring it to what it looks like on TV right now, but I don't think that's enough to charge for. I think this should have been included.
Is it like a JPG or you know what I mean, like a picture change? Is that it? Like, do we not get new arena parts?
It's it's new arena parts. Like they got rid of the tunnels and they put the little Titantrons up there, so it does look like the Dynamite Arena looks right now. But you just can't interact with anything extra. It's just like that new arena you can actually live and play in.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to add anything else, Loaded?
They know damn well what we want. We want
They know.
new match types. All right.
Yep.
You telling me you couldn't add Forbidden Door? Really? What was the first Forbidden Door pay-per-view last year, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think last year was the first one.
You're telling me you couldn't add that? You got modders adding it just like that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think the modders made Collision too, so
I just
I don't know. They made Wembley. They made the Wembley Arena. I mean,
I feel like
I don't see them
Batista
adding that
right now,
anytime
dude.
soon, but
yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But let's go ahead and jump to UTV. UTV, did you buy season 2? If not, why?
I did not buy it. Maybe I will soon, but right now I'm just on the side of. Not gonna lie, I'm on the side of fuck this game. But like I said, I do want it to succeed. But it's hard to support some shit that even they don't even want to support. Like, come on now. If you go back and look at that post, that tweet that I put out, who responded to it? Kenny Omega responded. That shit was months ago. And people are still commenting on it. So you can tell people still care about this game. But the problem is the lack of effort. What does everybody want? They want new match types. More match customization, more match options. Like, goddamn, we can't even get a goddamn what's his name? Tornado tag match? We can't even get that. We can't even get anything besides the weekly shows. We got the new Dynamite Arena. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's cool and all, but like Loaded said, what about Forbidden Door? What about Collision? You could have added this to the item shop. There's no reason to go to the item shop right now. This is something that you should have added to the item shop, definitely. Yeah. And I'm just curious. I'm really curious how much longer they're going to support this game. Are we going to make it to the 1-year anniversary? I'm really curious.
If we make it to the 1-year anniversary, I'm just hoping the game looks completely different than it looks right now, because you got to think about it. They're rolling out season 2 right now, but WWE 2K24 is about to come out. So that's kind of going to take over the news and everything when they drop. Sure. So if they are planning on doing more seasons after season 2, they got to give us something substantial. I would be surprised if they did give us something while WWE 2K23 was going through that rollout of 2K24. So we'll see. I see a symbol in the chat. Shout out to Matt. He was tweeting Kenny Omega and AEW games on Twitter too, trying to get some type of answer. You would think this is a guy with a big platform. They would at least give him something like, hey, this is what we're working on, or reach out to him trying to get him to spread the word. But they don't care. They'll put it on the AEW Games Twitter account. That's it. We'll get back to you when this DLC launches to give you the price and everything. So it's just been all bad.